Let me say it this way, because you know I'm always going to tell the truth, right? Okay.
Welcome to the Tech School Podcast, powered by DSDT. Josh.
Mr. Harris.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. Welcome back.
Top of the day, sir. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself, man?
I'm not going to complain because nobody ever listens to me when I complain anyway.
It does you no good. No good at all.
Nobody listens to me anymore. So I'm at that point where I'm just going to stop complaining.
Okay.
I'm going to tell everybody what they want to hear from this point on. Josh, you look nice today.
Oh.
I'm just going to tell everybody
what they want to hear. So we know what time it really is.
Uh-huh.
Looking like stir-fried, you know what.
I don't think nobody wants to hear that.
No.
I'm just saying.
We all look lovely today.
Absolutely.
All right. All
Absolutely.
right. Hey, every day is a blessing. Therefore, it's all good.
That's right.
Okay. Carlos, we took last week off, so we have to catch up on a few things.
We do.
And one of those things would include the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Do we really have to talk about it?
Kind of.
Do we have to talk about it?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
All right. Who are you going for?
I was going for the winner. I mean, okay, we can go back to one of the clips of one of the earlier shows, but I mean, I said that, and I was going for Cleveland, but
Cleveland.
Lo and behold, Cleveland wasn't in the Super Bowl.
Cleveland didn't even get in the playoffs. Did you mean Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
Okay,
Cincinnati.
Bengals. Okay.
All right. So,
all right.
I actually went for Kansas City.
Okay. You went. You want
to hear my logic behind it?
Shoot, go for it.
All right. So, for some reason in my house, everybody was trying to download DraftKings and bet MGM. I don't know why. Actually, I have a friend that needed some extra credits. So he sent me over this link in order that he would be able to get the $100 bonus or whatever. So I made a bet. Now, as I was beginning to make my bet, and perhaps everybody should have followed this logic. As I was making my bet, I realized that if I won, I would not get double my monies back. In other words, if I was betting on Philadelphia, I would not get double my money. So I said, no. Now, the underdogs, Kansas City, I would get all my money plus more monies, double my money. So guess who I bet on?
You bet on Kansas City.
You should have used my logic. If you used my logic, we all would have won. I'm just saying.
Always go for the underdog?
No. You use my logic, get your money back. Get double your money back.
Well, that's what happens when you bet on the underdog.
So hypothetically, say you bet $100, right?
Right.
You don't want to make a $100 bet and only win $190 back or $150 back.
Why bet?
Right. You want to get double your money. $100, you want at least $100 back.
Yeah.
Now, so that was my logic behind actually winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, now what do you think about how the game ended?
I don't have no comment.
Comment.
We won.
Oh, you won. You won. Okay.
We won. I don't have any comment. You do?
You let that.
Wait, hold on. Stop.
Yes, my opinion. All right, go for it.
Who were you rooting for?
Oh, the Eagles.
Yeah, see, so this is why we're going to have this great conversation.
Yeah, I mean, look, Super Bowl, it was an uncatchable ball. It was not catchable. It wasn't. Final minute stretch left in the Super Bowl. Biggest game of the season, of their lives, probably. You let that go. Let these men play it out. See what happens. He would not have caught that pass.
Okay.
He would have missed it by a half second. I can't remember which receiver it was, But nevertheless, he wouldn't have made it that deep in the end zone to catch that pass or maybe even tip it.
Okay.
It was uncatchable.
Okay.
So you let it go. You let it go.
Okay. I'm trying to get there.
So
I'm trying to get there with you. All I can say is we won.
They won.
We
won.
won.
Look, they
we
won. They won.
They won. We won.
The Kansas City Chiefs won.
That's right.
You guys, you won.
That's right.
You won.
We won.
Okay, you won. Great game. Great game overall, despite that disappointment at the end. Back and forth.
I had a bigger disappointment than that, Josh.
Oh, well.
I had
the commercials.
No, well, commercials weren't. I mean, they were kind of lame to me, anyways.
They were lame,
right?
Yeah.
But the biggest disappointment for me was Riri. Riri was a sad disappointment to me. Now, if you remember, when we were talking about this weeks before, we were sitting and we were kind of contemplating that maybe she was going to have some guest appearances. Maybe Jay-Z. Maybe it would have been nice if Eminem, you know, she came out and done the Monsters.
Okay.
But who did she come out with? She came out with a baby to be? Oh, man, no. That was not what I was expecting. I'm used to seeing Riri come out and do a little twerk, 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 twerk. I'm just saying, that's what I was looking for. And I didn't get none of that.
But Carlos, it was still remarkable that she went out there and performed the way she did while pregnant. You gotta give credit where it's due, my brother. I will throw you an olive branch, and I will say I was hoping for a few collaborations, a few cameo appearances. You know, it would have been nice to have seen an Eminem, a Jay-Z. Jay-Z was there.
Right.
He was at the game.
Right.
Maybe Drake.
Right.
It would have been nice to have seen some of the people she's done collabos with jump on stage for a hot second. That would have been nice. Absolutely. But you still got to give the sister her credit for getting on stage, going on whatever she was on, up and down, wow, with child.
Okay.
Get out of my house.
I just don't agree with that. I was disappointed. I was sadly disappointed in comparison to last year.
Well, no. Okay. You can't compare it to last year.
No, absolutely I can. It's the Super Bowl halftime. What do you mean you can't compare it? It's the halftime show of the biggest game of the entire year. Why can you not compare them?
Well, last year's performance where you had Eminem, Dr. Dre,
talk about it.
Mary J. Blige,
My mouth is
Snoop
salivating.
Dogg,
Keep it going.
Kendrick Lamar,
and
50 Cent.
Keep it. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but I mean, you have a halftime show like that,
and you got to come back hard again next year. You got to come back hard.
It was different.
It was terrible. I'm just saying it. It was terrible. At least that's my opinion.
I think Rihanna did a great job.
Okay.
I'm not going to put it in the same conversation as last year.
Absolutely cannot.
I would not do that, but I think she did an outstanding job, especially being pregnant.
Okay.
On stage. I mean,
and I can hear all the women now saying, "Yeah, Josh, yeah." Well, remember, Carlos said he hated it. Okay.
I mean, look, you got to give the sister credit where it's due.
Give her credit. Give her credit. She came out and surprised us all. Did nobody expect her to be pregnant? Heck, I just
that turned into the question during the halftime show as she was performing. Is she pregnant? I mean,
her father said he didn't even know she was pregnant till she came out and performed.
Girl,
bye.
But I definitely give Rihanna her props. I'm not going to put it in the same conversation as last year's.
Absolutely cannot, should not, thou shalt not.
No. And I'll meet you a little bit where it would have been nice to have had some cameo.
Absolutely. What? I mean, come on now. Halftime show?
Yeah. The halftime show is about the collaborations. It's about pulling out that catalog. That's what I mean. From my understanding, forgive me if I'm wrong. Part of the selection process when picking a performer for the halftime show is finding those who have a major catalog.
And she did. And
she has a hell of a catalog.
She does. Absolutely.
She does. She sure does.
You can't hate her. She got her music is
outstanding.
Outstanding. You got to give it to her as far as music. Yeah. But I think that this show all around could have been 1,000 times better.
Okay, so if she had some cameos out there, would you have been more satisfied?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
I was invested.
So maybe it's not terrible.
No, it was terrible.
Oh, come on,
with a capital T. And I'm gonna tell you, listen,
okay.
I am the guy that I don't even watch sports all year long. Remember now.
Right.
So it really is about my time. If I want to sit down and spend 3 hours invested in your game, all because one, I do want to watch the game because I'm betting on it now.
Right.
And two, because I want to see the halftime show. I want it to be as spectacular as it was the year before. I haven't given you any of my ratings all year long. And then when I do, you disappoint me like this. I'm going to give you a prime example of what it reminds. No. Let me say this, Nelly. I got to say this. I'm going to give you a prime example of what it reminded me of. I went to see Mayweather in Dubai when he fought back in November. The absolute worst fight I've ever been to in my life. Would Mayweather ever get another dollar of Carlos's hard-earned money to see one of his exhibition bouts? Absolutely not. It's not going to happen.
What made it a horrible fight, in your opinion?
I know it was an exhibition, but you got to remember, I come from the era of when you had your Holyfields and your Mike Tysons.
But see, you're talking about sluggers.
I'm talking about fights, right?
Fights. Mayweather is a boxer.
We can call it what you want.
He's a fundamental boxer.
We can't even say that because the guy that he was fighting was actually an MMA fighter from London. And no, I had never heard of him.
Oh, I know.
Never heard of him, but everybody seemed to in the arena. They loved him and they didn't like Mayweather whatsoever.
Oh, that was back in what, 17, 18?
No, this was just in November. I went November around my birthday while I was in Dubai. So again,
but you're not talking about Conor.
No, it wasn't Conor McGregor. It was the brother.
Okay,
I forget his name. Omar.
Oh, that one flew by me.
Yeah, but it was one of the worst exhibitions I've ever seen in my life.
Okay,
and I mean, it was so horrible that he literally was dancing around the stage. I mean, the ring, laughing.
Okay.
You know, horrible. So Rihanna, Mayweather, if I give you my time, then you at least got to get me something for the time. And I'm just saying, we're gonna leave it at that.
I tried.
Yeah, right. He tried for you. He tried. All right. So we want to go ahead and get on into our tech news.
Amber, before we let you get to your tech news, good afternoon. You got to let the lady speak on Rihanna's halftime performance.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Because I was listening.
Yes, you do.
So initially, I was kind of disappointed, and we're all sitting around like, is she pregnant? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe that's just her postpartum body. I'm not speaking on a woman's body, so I'm like, I'm not making no judgments. And I was like, there's no way she's pregnant because there's no way she would be doing that performance pregnant because that's risky. And lo and behold, she's pregnant. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So yeah, I give her mad props for performing. Being pregnant up on that, what is it, like a acrylic platform, however many hundreds of feet in the air or whatever. Yes, she did her thing. Until you carried a baby inside of you and walked up some stairs, let alone performed on an acrylic platform, you can't say nothing.
You're kind of right there. Maybe that's why I can't understand. I never carried the baby yet. I've had 5 of them. I don't get that whole sensation. So I do apologize to all the women out there, plus Josh. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to stand up for the ladies a little bit. Rihanna did her thing. She did her thing.
I do wish there was a cameo, though. I was waiting. I was like, come on. And nobody. That was the thing.
Even the ladies wanted a cameo.
I think there's an agreement there where we could have used a few cameos.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A few little drop-ins.
All right. What we got going on this week in tech news, Amber?
Okay, so Talkify, which is a matchmaking service, has paired up with the dating app called S'more. Now, I'm out the dating game, so I didn't even know what this was. But I looked into it a little bit, and what they're trying to do is take, like, the vanity, essentially, out of, and the distractions of physical appearance out of dating. So they're incorporating some things with this app where you can blur out a profile picture and allow people to get to know each other just based on their personalities and not look. So it's not about seeing if you like someone and swiping.
So it sounds kind of me like they're gonna be
blind dates.
It's gonna be like a phone call. don't know what they look like, it's
a blind date.
It's a phone call. They're just going to be on the phone.
Not a lot of information, but this premium service is going to allow you to, first of all, celebrities are supposed to be on this app. They're going to allow you to use some like matchmaker services, like personality assessments, like a lot of additional things that your traditional like Tinder, Bumble, hookup apps don't have. So I'm like I said, I'm out the dating game, but I'm interested to see how this works out.
So I'm trying to visualize this, Amber. So the profile is going to have a person's name, maybe their occupation, their personality traits. Like, what is it you're going to see to get an idea of whether or not I like him or her?
A description.
Of what?
Basically a description, and it will have photos, but the picture will be blurred out. And again, there's not a ton of information about how exactly this is going to roll out. But we do know that like any visuals are going to be blurred initially.
Anti-superficial.
I mean, I'm really confused right now.
Hey, stranger things have happened. So,
like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not. I'm just curious on. So, I mean, you're going to see like the shape of their head or their body out, like it's all blurred out. Like, what are you going to see?
You're not seeing any of that, Josh.
Okay,
you're not going to see any of it, so there's no need even to worry yourself about it.
Okay, so it's pretty much a blind date on social media.
Way to look at it.
Yeah, well, hey, I got a theory. Why don't we have you test it out?
How about we not?
Why don't we have Josh? I mean, all of those who want Josh to test it out, let me hear a round of applause if you want to hear Josh test it out.
I don't know. It feels like an oxymoron to me because social media is about seeing people before you even get a chance to meet them, unless you already know them and you're just connecting that way.
Not really. Now, I'm
like social media is about the visuals.
No. I mean, you give it that, right? But however, for those of us that have been around quite a long time, in the earlier days of the internet, remember the chat rooms? There were no visuals.
Yes.
You literally would go into
AOL chat room.
You would go into the chat rooms.
Yeah.
You would meet people, and it's no more than a phone conversation, right? You sit in these rooms, you're talking to people, and there was no way to see them visually. There was a lot of catfishing going on. So at the end of the day, I can see how something like this might have value. Just saying.
All right, Amber. So what's the timeline looking for this?
Who I'm talking to.
Pull that back up. What did Keisha have to say again? Let's see. That's a weirdo app.
Just saying. Inquiring minds, right? All right, Amber, what's happening over at Meta this week?
Man, so y'all remember the last time we were on, we talked about how Meta was possibly rolling out a very TikTok-like paid blue check mark feature. And lo and behold, Mark Zuckerberg made an announcement on Facebook saying that, yes, he is going to roll out for $11.99 per month for website and $14.99 a month for iOS users. You too can have a blue check mark. But here's the thing: the comments were frying him because everybody's like, "We just want customer service. You're telling us that if we pay this, like, we just want to have access to customer support. So you're telling us that if we pay this premium price, then we can identify ourselves as the real version of ourselves with an ID and things like this, and get a blue check mark, and then we'll have some access to customer service." And a lot of other people were saying, like, oh, way to take a page out of Elon Musk's book. Like, you're doing the exact same thing. So, yeah, the comments were hilarious. If you got time, go to his page and read through the comments.
So that makes you think about what Elon Musk did, right? Remember, we were sitting here and we were talking about whether or not we thought that was a great idea. So apparently somebody out there that's watching what's going on at Twitter says, hey, that's another ad or another revenue stream for us. Why don't we do that as well? So it turns out that it may have been just a great move for them.
I would like to pull out the movie The Social Network. I know it's a movie. Things are altered as far as events. But I remember in that movie, the person who played the character of Mark Zuckerberg said, it's not to profit.
It's not to profit?
Yeah, that was the initial reason for Facebook. Yeah. It wasn't to profit.
Yeah. That's
probably and now we're just looking for extra streams of revenue.
Yeah, but that was before we actually had, you know,
like does Facebook need to charge $11.99 for a verified check mark?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe not.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm not paying for a check. And whatever the additional features is, again, some level of access to having, you know, a Facebook representative or a customer service rep or something to that effect. I don't see it being anything. I don't see it being much. Like, I have worked in social media for 10 years. I've worked for major companies who are spending a lot of money with Facebook, and we still, spending millions of dollars with Facebook, had limited access to customer service. I can't imagine paying $14.99 a month is going to get me much more access to customer service.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Now, that's a scary thought, because I spend a lot on ads a month with Facebook as well. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that happen with the account that sometimes I do want just access to speak to someone about.
And here's something else too, where in my line of work in the media, where there was a belief at one point where people who had a lot of followers on Facebook or Instagram, they would improve the viewership on television for TV stations. But that's not really the case, because I'll look at someone who has 200,000 followers or 100,000 followers on Instagram, and I have 15,000, but my ratings are just as strong as that other person, if not stronger. So there's like no direct connect where social media following will give you results in your industry.
You're right.
Absolutely.
It's a myth.
There's a lot of software out there that will actually analyze a person's profile and tell you, okay, they have this many followers, they have this many profile views, engagement rates, all of that, and it dissects it. And what I've noticed by using some of those software to look at different accounts is a lot of the times, you know, people have a mass followings in very, very small engagement rates. Like, nobody's actually either A, seeing, or B, engaging with their content, which means the conversion rate to sales, views on, you know, media views or what have you are very, very low, if at all. So yeah, followers, I think somewhere there was a misstep along the way. Like, initially people built a following because they wanted that following, wanted to keep up with that person and what they were doing. But now the way the algorithms are set up, it doesn't matter how many people follow you. It's not like they're going to see your content anyway. So you have to continue to find ways to organically get in front of larger audiences that are not following you, because you never know who's going to end up seeing your stuff anyway.
Great answer. I think at the same time, viewers are smarter now than they were 2-5 years ago. At a time when, they would watch you on these social media platforms. Hey, that's Josh. Let me go over to Fox 2 and check him out as well. Now they look at you and they're tired of looking at you in their feed, and they keep scrolling and scrolling. I mean, I know I do. I spend about 3 hours a night scrolling. I'm just saying, that's me. I know everybody's not like me, and they're not going to tell that they spend 3 hours scrolling. You know, but sometimes you can get lost. But why would I take a millisecond to leave this app, whatever it is, to go to X, Y, and Z and watch more content? I get it all right here within that split 4 seconds. Just saying. Amber, lastly, what's happening?
Are we just?
No, One Piece. Yeah, I'm hey, blame it on the guy in the back. So what was happening over at Reddit this week?
Okay, so there was a phishing attack at Reddit that exposed all of their employee information. Supposedly, you know, consumer information was leaked during the phishing attack. But the reason I find this so interesting is because this almost happened to me. So my husband and I own a company called Helium Sports and Entertainment Marketing. I received a letter, an email from Helium HR. I am Helium HR, okay? I received a letter, an email from Helium HR, and it looked so legit. And I'm like, did my husband hire like a company and not tell me to do our HR? Like, what's going on? So I didn't click any links because I know better. But I showed it to him and I'm like, what is this? And he's like, oh yeah, that's definitely a phishing attack. And I'm like, whew, they are stepping up their game. It looks very official. And had it been like a regular employee that opened that, they probably would have clicked on it and, you know, investigated further. But man, so we got to be careful. We got to be careful with these emails that we're getting. You know, if you click on the email that it came from, it'll usually give you some indication that it's not legit. Like if it, for instance, our email ends in heliumsem.com. So if it's not heliumsem.com, I know that it's probably not legit. And as far as that, until you can verify that that email is legit, don't click on any links or open any attachments, because it's that easy for your entire organization's information to be hacked. A lot of even the advertisers' information was leaked during this hack as well.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow. Hey, but you make a great point. I'm actually meeting with an IT firm tomorrow just because of scenarios like this. You know, my question to them is like, you know, if my employees have access to a Facebook or to Reddit or whatever, does that mean that we also have to make sure that we are securing an additional third party before they have access to the third party with our information? You know, that's one of the biggest questions that we face because of phishing attacks like this. And that's literally what they told me. He says, Carlos, you don't know how many phishing attacks that are, you know, twerped against your company on a daily basis, which is why we have to make sure that there's layer upon layer upon layer of security.
Absolutely.
So, listen, thank you again this week, Amber. If everybody wanted to follow you out there in social media land, where would they go?
Get Real with AB on all platforms.
On all platforms. Amber, we want to thank you for coming and shining some light on all these subjects that we don't understand. And we definitely look towards having you next week, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Bye. I don't know. I think I would buy Meta's plans though
for $14.99 monthly.
I spend that much on whatever. I'm telling you, Netflix, Hulu.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, everything. Yeah. I mean, VPN. You name it. I'm already paying for it. So why not?
Why not?
Why not? It's just if it gives me an additional advantage in using the platform, then I will. Absolutely. I'm on Facebook all the time, so definitely want to use it. All right. So this week, our special guest.
All right.
Special guest that is coming to us is one of our DSDT own committee members. And actually, it's probably one of my favorite ones. That's, you know, she's a digital marketer within her own right. And remember, we started the digital marketing professional program a few months back because we wanted to get away from strictly film production. And she is one of the individuals that actually helped to steer that program in a better direction. I was back there earlier and I was surprised how many members we have in that program now. So we want to bring her on, have a conversation about everything digital media. So without further ado, why don't we bring on Mrs. D.L. Gordon.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Top of the day.
Yes.
Midday.
So, do us a favor, DL. Set the scene with the digital marketing department here. Just paint the picture. What's going on currently?
So what's going on currently? So first, everyone, I'm Danielle D.L. Gordon, owner of D-Girl Digital Media, and I am part of the advisory board at DSDT. And I'm so excited for the new digital marketing program that is coming to be. I see so much potential since the last time I visited campus. I'm so excited to see the creativity that the students are going to be learning and producing with all of the program that we're developing with the advisory team. So I'm so excited with that. And just a little bit about me. I'm a digital marketer myself. I started unprofessionally. I started in web design unprofessionally about a decade ago, but officially 3 years ago. So I went to my alma maters, Michigan State University. Prayers to all of my Spartans for the recent tragedies. Keep everybody lifted in prayer. Go Green. But I attended their digital marketing program, and I said, you know what? This is stuff that I already know how to do. I remember when Facebook, you had to have a college email to even get on Facebook. So I've been on social media for that long, and that's a really long time. So I said, why not start a digital marketing company with a skill that I figure, I already know. I grew with Facebook. I grew, with Snapchat, with the MySpace, with everything. So fast forward, now I'm here.
So do you think that the entry level into the digital marketing sphere is kind of low, or must you have a certain skill set, or what's your thoughts on it?
I think bare minimum, in my opinion, these are just my opinions. I think you have to have some sort of creative edge to you, right? So digital marketing, you are communicating with an audience, all type of audiences, so diverse. You have to be able to communicate, and you also have to be able to grab people's attention. So that requires you to be a creative, right? So, me personally, I lose attention fast. If something is not interesting to me, I'm okay, let me do something else. So I think at least bare minimum, you have to be like a creative and a communicator. Bare minimum.
I agree 1,025%. I believe that. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies in digital marketing?
I have communities that I'm a part of. So on Facebook, there are tons of digital marketing communities, little pockets, little groups that I'm a part of. We share what's hot right now in digital marketing. I read a lot of articles. I just like to mingle with people and see what's hot in the streets.
What are some of the trendy topics or trendy items? What's trending? What's hot in digital marketing at the moment?
Influencer marketing. So I think that's hot right now. You're starting to see a lot of influencers now getting paid to promote products, businesses, services. And I will say it works. I'm a friend of someone on my Facebook friends list. He's an influencer, and I was friends with him before he became that, but he became an influencer, and I'm watching him firsthand promote businesses and brands, and I'm watching how it converts over to their social media. They're gaining followers. They're selling out their restaurants. People are going to buy whatever product. It works.
How many followers do I need to have in order to be an influencer? I'm just asking for inquiring minds that want to know.
Probably a lot.
What do you mean a lot?
You need a lot.
I don't have a lot.
You need a lot. You can't have 50 followers and expect to have some kind of influence. You're going to influence those 50, but I don't know about beyond that.
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It just means that you have to just put in the work.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing either.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person, but you just have to put in the work to just build your audience, create content that people like. And most times I like stuff when people are being themselves.
Isn't there a thing called micro influencers?
Yeah, but even micro influencers, they have more than 50 followers.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we had an interesting comment pulled up a moment ago. I want to catch that and digest it a little bit, get the understanding in case we missed something. Yes, I remember Black Planet and Crush Spot growing up as a kid, building web pages and learning on my own. # unprofessional web design is a wave. LOL.
What is Crush Spot?
I have no idea.
Crush Spot, it was a dating app. I remember Crush Spot. I may be telling my age just a little bit. I remember Black Planet and Crush Spot. So basically, it was just
Black Planet, yes.
Black Planet and Crush Spot. This is little dating apps.
That is back to childhood.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, the chats, the little pages. We used to decorate our little pages and whatnot, and put our music on there and all that.
Black Planet had photos.
Right? Yeah, we had photos.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like this anti.
No. You still had visuals.
Okay.
Yeah, you had visuals. I don't know about blind dating. Though.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
okay.
Black Planet.
Yeah. So
that took brother back.
If I wanted to get into digital marketing, what could I expect? Let's just say an entry-level position, right? What could I expect to possibly begin to make as far as livable wages? You know, because that's quite often one of the questions that we get. If I become a digital marketer, is there money in it?
It could be. I've seen as low as the lowest I've seen on the low end, maybe 45, 50. The highest I've seen, yes, the highest I've seen, upwards of 100K. So it just kind of depends. It depends on your expertise. It depends on, are you delivering what your client wants you to do? Are you growing their audience if they want you to do that? Are you helping them monetize? So it just kind of depends.
Okay. All right.
It depends on if you deliver.
Absolutely.
And how much you can deliver.
So because you're in the arena, I know that, and because you stay like well aware of everything that's happening, who are some of your favorite digital marketers that you kind of follow with their expertise and everything?
I befriend a lot of like people that I already know. I kind of stay away from the people that's kind of farthest away from me, because I like getting my information from the people closest to me. So I'll befriend like the graphic designers that's just starting out, or somebody that I may know that's been doing it, that may not be an influencer that's been doing it for like 10 years. So those are the people that I gravitate to and I learn from. And then the communities that I join on Facebook. So these are other people that, you know, I've gotten to know over time. I've exchanged information with them and I trust their opinions.
What are some of the common mistakes you see businesses make in their digital marketing efforts?
Not taking the time to tell a story. I cannot stand when I'm looking at stuff on the internet or YouTube or whatever, and they're trying to, especially new businesses, and you're brand new and you don't tell us a story, who you are. Why are you doing this? What is this product? How is this going to benefit me? Why should I buy this? Tell me a story. Connect with me.
What were you originally going to school for?
I originally went to school. I went to Michigan State for my undergrad. I got my bachelor's in social science, and then I went and I got my master's in public administration. So I love working with people. I love being in the community. I'm artsy. I'm a nerd too in some rights. So I'm all over the place.
And then you said, oh, well, bump all that. I want to be a digital marketer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Was it just because I know why I got into it.
Loved it.
Because you always loved it?
I've always loved technology. I've always been a nerd. I was like the valedictorian in high school. I was the one always keeping up with like technology and all that stuff, reading kind of technology articles, keeping the latest gadgets and all that kind of stuff. That's always been my thing. So as time went on and we kind of moved to a more digital community now, why not?
Yeah.
I want to go back to your point of telling a story. Paint the picture. Let's say you have a lot of restaurants. We have countless restaurants, of course. How can a restaurant, for example, tell a story to improve their connection with the people?
To improve their connection with people. So from my experience, what I see, different restaurants has a different ambiance, right? So you go to Red Robin, you know, the ambiance is there, laid back. You know, we're just going to kick back, have a burger and, you know, a beer, whatever after work. Versus if I go to Prime and Proper, you know that you go there in Detroit, this is upscale. This is classy. This is, you know, you're not going to go there in jeans and a t-shirt. You're going to go there in a blazer and some nice slacks. So it just, when it comes to restaurants, sell me your ambiance. What is the ambiance that you're going to give me, and what am I going to get when I patronize you? That's going to determine whether I go or not, and the food.
Powerful. Powerful.
Here's another one from Jasmine. As the CEO of D-Girl Digital Marketing Media, what has been your biggest success stories And what has been one of the most memorable learning moments?
One of my biggest success stories is when I went viral for the first time working with one of my clients. And these clients, they're the local Black marketplace. They're a new and upcoming organization. I'm so proud that they trusted me to build their online presence, and we're still building. But we went viral. They were recruiting Black-owned businesses to register with our organization, so that no matter where you travel in the United States, you'll be able to find Black businesses, say in Texas or in Michigan or in other states. So we're building out that database, and they trusted me to do it, and we went viral. So that I was so proud of that. So, and it was organic. It wasn't paid. So I didn't pay for advertisement. This was all just me doing
Yeah. And you know, that's another thing too when you're talking about digital marketing. Like I've seen Instagram pages go down the drain with individuals who would have a decent following, decent interaction. Like they had their own vibe, but then once they just started pumping the business on their social media nonstop, it just went down the toilet.
Mm-hmm. It gets oversaturated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think one of
no
the
longer
things,
genuine.
Yeah, like and I even with TikTok, like, right? TikTok is hot right now. You know, most times you follow people on TikTok because you connect with them in some way. Mm-hmm. I found myself cracking up, you know, laughing at some people, some content creators on TikTok because I like to laugh. Others, I follow them because they show me a touching story that they may have shared on TikTok. But what I'm starting to see on Instagram is a lot of those people, like and it's caveats and people don't like to talk about it, but some of those followers are bots, right? Like,
yes.
So that's why you're not seeing the engagement. That's why you're not seeing the conversion. That's why you're not getting whatever results you're looking for, because a lot of the time, most of those followers are bots. Just look at the comments the next time you go to somebody's page and count how many bots you see in the comments. Hey, follow me now. Hey, look at my story. Hey, come check me out. It's a lot of bots on Instagram.
And they are being purchased.
Yeah. Yes, they are. People purchase followers too. So
that's why we have to purchase us a blue check mark.
See, you know what? I don't know about that. What are the perks? So everyone's gonna be on Facebook?
What? Yes. Thank you. What are the perks?
We get access to customer service with Facebook's. Hello. If you're running ads, you guys can only, I'm telling you, it's so hard to get in contact with anybody. If they tell you for some reason your ad won't be published, you want to know why. You got questions. There's no one to ask. There's only so much information on online altogether. You need someone to speak to. And right now you don't have that with Facebook. So yeah, I would pay $14.99 a month just to have access to that alone. And to top it off, I get a blue check mark. I'm just saying.
What if you already have a blue check mark?
Well, you don't have to pay for yours.
All right, well, there you go.
You don't have to pay for yours, but I can get one just like you by paying $14.99 a month. I'm just saying.
I can get one just like you.
Just like yours.
I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to see what Zuckerberg offers with that. I need to. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm paying for it. So lastly, let me ask you one last question, please. What advice would you give to someone interested in pursuing a career in digital marketing?
Definitely never stop learning, right? So, you know, we're in this digital world now. Everything changes so fast. Always remain open to learning new trends, learning a new skill, go to networking events, take a course. Just always be open to networking and learning.
Lay out some of the courses in the digital marketing concentration right now in DSDT.
So in DSDT, I can handle that specifically. Okay. We start off with copywriting. I definitively wanted to make sure that course was in there. because for a while, even though we have individuals that write content for whatever the platform is, some of us still don't know where the period and the semicolons and the quotation marks go.
Grammar.
Right. So grammar is within the first 2 weeks that you're in that course, you're reintroduced to grammar. Then you get more into the copywriting aspect of it, the tools that you can utilize in order to make your writing better. And then there's graphic design. Of course, DL was just speaking on your creativity. An extension of that creativity are the tools that you would use in graphic design, your Adobe Photoshops, Illustrators, InDesign, things that you would need in order to be the best asset to whether it be a company or if you wanted to freelance yourself. Then you would get into the content creations 1 and 2. Content creation 1 being audio, right? A lot of individuals don't understand how to be able to record and get the best sound quality of that recording to utilize in whatever the campaign is. Then lastly, we would have the video content creation. Of course, the video content creation is a throwback to our film production program, right? We were already doing that. We were doing it for 9 months straight, but we realized it didn't take that long in order to be able to record video, to edit it, and then to publish it. So then the class is social media advertising 1 and 2. Social media advertising 1 and 2, you learn how to actually set up campaigns, Facebook, YouTube, Google Ads, Instagram. You set those campaigns up so that you would then be able to send them to the last course being web design. Web design, you learn how to do Wix, and you also learn how to do WordPress. From those, you also learn how to build landing pages. So that's literally a breakdown of the digital marketing course here at DSDT. And it's also one that you don't have to necessarily take in person. You can take online. You can take it anywhere in the country, utilize any funding source that you might have access to, except for the GI Bill. Those that actually are military students aren't allowed at this point to take that course online. But anyone else, if that would be your thing, if you're interested in it, then definitively make sure that you go to our website, check out the Digital Marketing Professional course, fill out the contact information there, or even give us a call, and we will connect you with one of our admission representatives to see exactly how we might be able to get you into that course.
Okay.
All right.
Good information. Good information.
Yeah, we want to thank you for taking out time of your busyness schedule today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Right. And definitely want to give a shout out to your company, D-Girl. Give me the full name of it again now, because I don't want to mess it up. I will.
D-Girl Web Design and Digital Media.
D-Girl Web Design and Digital Media. And if someone wanted to get in contact with you, give us a number how they might be able to reach out to you.
Follow me on my socials at D-Girl Digital Media on all platforms.
There you go. At D-Girl. Well, DL, thank you.
D-Girl.
D-Girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we definitely look forward to having another conversation with you, okay?
All right. Thanks for having me.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm not.
All right, man. All right. Good stuff.
Wow. Wow. Well, this week in our segment of Why DSDT?
Yes.
We are going to hear Why DSDT from one of our students, current students, Anthony Gardner.
Hi, I'm Anthony Gardner. I'm a student at DSDT, and here's my reason why. The community nurtures your creativity. When I first got here, they instantly put me in photo shoots and let me shine. Like, I take pictures for everybody here. Every picture you see on the website is taken by me. Hey, that's my reason why, DSDT.
Good stuff, Anthony. Good stuff.
Most definitely. Most definitely. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those clips that we get every week now are actually being filmed in the digital marketing course. And not only are they being filmed there, we have a lot of expensive equipment around here. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at an A7 outside of the room. That was done with an actual cell phone, and the quality is superb. I think that's where we are now when it comes to creating a lot of media in social media. So definitively, we want to thank the students in the digital marketing program for that. And we also look forward to another clip next week.
Oh yeah, weekly at this point.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes, Anthony. Yes, Anthony, indeed. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. That will do it for the Tech School podcast powered by DSDT. We will see you next week. But in the meantime, see ya.